You're watching Two Button Crew.
Your daily Nintendo fandom.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Simmy.
You were thinking about saying Campbell, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
When I thought of dose, I thought of It's so terrible.
Like,
I apologize for that reference to you people who are watching.
well, I wonder who's watching this time. Could be parents.
Yeah, it could be parents.
Could be some kids. We know our audience is a little bit older than us.
Yes, we do.
So I think it'd be good to kick around the idea of should gaming time be limited?
A lot of you people out there who are watching this, I'm sure, have children. And they're probably gamers. If you're a gamer, your kids are probably at least somewhat interested in games.
Yeah. I am not a father, but I am a son. And same with you.
Yes. I am a son. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
Two Button Crew has one father, so that would be Ryan. And it'd be cool to get his thoughts on this sometime, or maybe in the comments in this video.
Yes, I'm sure he will comment, so check the comments below.
But I know he's had some proud father moments, even though his kid is like 2, and you know, if he's just holding an amiibo or a controller or something. So, did you grow up with a video game time limit?
So, our situation was a little bit different. My brothers, when they got the NES, they were able to play a game as much as they wanted to until they beat it for the first time.
Really?
And then they got a time limit.
Wow, I've never heard
And
something like that.
I'm not sure how far that went. But when I was young, my parents got sick of us playing video games all the time, because you better believe what we did. And so they created log sheets.
Well, you can abuse that system you just mentioned, because you can get a big game, you can explore it endlessly and do all the side quests before beating it, you know?
Well, of course, back in those days, there wasn't a whole lot of side questing, because it was just, you know, 2D Mario, just basically.
Levels.
Levels. So when I was young, we had like this log sheet that my parents gave us, and we were supposed to log how much gaming time that we had, and we're supposed to have like, I can't remember if it was like 2 hours a day or something like that on weekdays or whatever. I can't remember what the deal was. But my brothers and I, we were just lazy, and we never used the log sheet. I think I remember using it once. I remember what it looked like. But I hated writing something down, and so I wouldn't.
Sorry, did you mention what that was for? Like, it had a limit associated with it? Or?
Yeah, we were supposed to say, okay, I've played video games for 2 hours between this time and this time on this day, and that's my time. So they could keep track of when we were playing video games and how much we were playing.
So, but not a set in stone limit? They could just tell you if it's getting to be too much or something?
Well, when they said turn it off, I mean, we needed to turn it off, but they said 2 hours.
Limit. Okay.
No, they said 2 hours a day, but we had to log
limit.
That. And
I had the same.
Yeah, we didn't really follow that. We were bad kids.
Yeah. Well, I told you in, what was it, Video Game Guides episode about how I cheated on my time limit one time, because I had 2 hours a day. I got Twilight Princess for the Wii. The Wii was new. I wanted to play it nonstop. And I got the Player's Guide, the Nintendo Power Player's Guide for Twilight Princess. So I thought that I could pause my gaming timer whenever I was reading the guide.
So terrible.
Yeah.
It's like over half of your gaming time is reading.
Yep. 2 hours, I think I stuck to that a lot when I was younger, and then I think, kind of like you said, got more lazy, or it wasn't as strict later on. But I remember exception days, and those would be like traveling. My family did a whole ton of traveling.
Heck yeah.
So when me and my 3 younger siblings all had DSs and like wireless multiplayer games and stuff, that was great. And I don't think my parents really minded us being occupied while we were in the car with games. No. And then also holidays, like Christmas and birthday, we got unlimited video game time. I almost cringe at that a little bit now, because I think it'd be more important for family to spend time together on Christmas, and maybe like the next day could have unlimited gaming time to play your new games. So I'm not sure what my rules for my kids will be in the future, but I might lean towards something like that. But as far as like, why do you think time limits are in place?
Well, I think video game addiction has become a serious thing in more recent years. I mean, there's obviously the extreme cases, but even on minor cases where, somebody might admit that they're addicted to video games and then laugh it off and think it's no big deal. Like, it's a serious hindrance to not just your family time, but also your own personal time, just being quiet, having rest without doing anything is a good thing. And also your productivity, even in your not working time, it's a serious thing that video games can take away from it. I mean, as adults.
Yeah.
Homework for kids.
Also, for me as an adult, I gotta think about carpal tunnel, just being honest. Because I work on a computer 8 hours a day. I come home, I do, 2-button crew stuff. And then I'm playing games with my hands all crunched up and tight and stuff.
That is what my dad would say, like, every single day. He'd be like, you kids are going to get carpal tunnel when you're, like, 20 years old. You're going to be, like an 8-year-old man.
I think...
It might happen.
Well, we always had to run stuff by your dad that we wanted to do, like if we wanted to start a new website or something. I think that's what it was one time. We wanted to start a website, and he's like, well... Okay, but think about your wrist.
It was always think about getting carpal tunnel because, I mean, if you get carpal tunnel, like, if you have like a desk job, you are done for. If you use your hands at all in your job.
Well, I have a desk job. I have 2-button crew as a hobby. I have gaming as a hobby, and I write. So I think I'm done for. I'm not going to be surprised at all. Like, if 2-button crew has to take a break, it's going to be because of my wrists.
That's bad.
I don't get to play video games very much. I have an unintentionally self-imposed video game time limit because of my life. And sometimes I feel like unqualified to do this show because I'm barely ever playing games, It's taken me so long to beat Wind Waker. I just did a stream pretty recently, and the time before that was like a 2-month gap. Now, we did have some capture card hiccup that I was able to fix, but still, most of it's just due to my life.
Yeah.
And I think being married limits your gaming time too.
Absolutely. So
you've been playing less video games since being married?
I have, and I think a lot of it is just life, being there, and I have more important responsibilities to do. And I just think that, sometimes I have the same thought that you do as, like, should I even be doing this show, because I feel like I don't game that much, or I don't have enough money to buy games on a regular basis. I don't play a lot of the more recent games, but I think that being a gamer goes beyond a lot of that, and that you can react to news and stuff in an intelligible way, even if you don't. I know, I see that fly. even if you haven't been playing all the recent stuff, you can still be in there. You're still a gamer.
Clark Gregg, the Agent Coulson guy. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, okay. He has an outtake where a fly messes up his shot, and he's like, just bleeping non-union fly. So when I see flies, I always think non-union. I don't know. That's terrible. The funniest insult. So
now there's one last thing that I'd like to discuss. Is we know that game times are important, and like certain Nintendo systems, like the 3DS, we talked about your brother Tom with the 3DS having that time limit thing. Have we talked about that on the show?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anyway, we've had
like not being able to erase.
Not being able to, and that's good for parents. But also we've got kids getting iPhones earlier, and they're playing games on that.
And I don't think parents sometimes know how much phone games are playing either.
I
think that
I don't think so.
More than they think, and the phone is tough on the wrist too.
That's true. So just be a part of your kids' lives. I think that's the bottom line, is be involved with what they're involved in. If you impose a video game limit or not when you're a parent, that's your prerogatives to do that. So just be a part of your kids' lives.
I think we'll revisit this when we're parents, Simeon.
I think so too.
Because we can We can think about it, but I think until we're there.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Any parent viewers, I'd love to hear your thoughts. We just love to hear everybody's thoughts in the comments. This can be a very fun discussion, but no getting on parents' cases for what they say.
No.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
They're parents.
All right, what else to help out the crew?
Don't forget to what you know what? Share this video. Share this with a kid who's had video game time limit.
That's a good one.
Share it with a parent who's maybe struggling with this topic as to whether or not to give their kids time limits. This is from the kids' perspective.
Yeah.
We're old kids, but we're still kids. This is from the kids' perspective, what our experience has been. So share it with a parent.
You can share it on your Facebook timeline, and then you'll just get all kinds of discussion going.
Yeah.
Let this be a dialogue starter.
Absolutely.
Good call, Simeon.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew. We'll see you next time.
Signing out.